I just got one of the most obnoxious phone calls I think I've ever received in probably my entire life, and I want to tell you about it. Minding my own business, doing my thing as I do, and yeah, this guy calls me up, and he's like, "Hey, is Ashley there?" And I said, "No, sir. This is most certainly not Ashley. The name's Nick. It's clear as day. We all know who I am." But apparently this guy didn't know who I was. I tell this guy, "I don't know an Ashley. You probably have the wrong number." And he's like, no, I assure you, this is the correct number. Now, for context, I've been getting calls for the last 5 years about this lady named Ashley. Her life is a complete mess, but somehow I'm dragged into her problem. As tedious as it is, I have told telemarketer, lawyers, debt collectors, all sorts of people. I've even had a taxi cab call me once. I've had to tell them, no, you got the wrong number. Call the other person. One thing you have to know about me is whenever you call my phone, I'm going to answer, especially when it's my work phone, because it could be a potential client, it could be an employee, it could be somebody who needs me to help them on something. It could also be one of Ashley's callers. So I always answer the phone. I don't have a problem with it. I even answer when I get those silly solar panel or whatever type of telemarketers that want to sell you something but never give you the name of the company. Really annoying to have to deal with them. I have myself on the do not call list, but personal number, work number, they always end up calling. And it's even better when they call the work number, I tell them no, and then immediately afterwards my phone rings, same sounding individual, but on my personal number. So I'm constantly dealing with this lady, and I tell this guy again, I'm telling you, man, I don't know who this person is. They don't work with us. They're not a client of mine. I haven't met an Ashley in probably a year. To which he tells me to transfer him to HR. Remember, he called my cell phone. I can't just transfer you. Now, maybe there is a particular ability to transfer between a cell phone to a landline, but I don't know how to do that. I'm not that technologically advanced. And also, we don't do that within our company. If you want to reach somebody, if you call the wrong person, we give you their cell phone and you call them, or we'll have them call you. We make it work. So he's demanding that I transfer him to human resources. And I say, well, sir, I can assure you that person does not work here. I do not know them. They're not a part of my life. I can't help you. To which he says, I don't believe you. I have your phone number. This is obviously her number, and I have to. Now he's getting very belligerent about this. He's borderline yelling at me, calling me a liar. I've never met this man. It's been 45 seconds on the phone, and he's already getting very indignant. So I gave him the office number, thinking it'd be a little bit fun to see what he does when he calls them in. So I still need to follow up with them and see if he actually called them or not. But from what I've heard so far, he hasn't actually reached out, and I don't think he's going to, but I'll follow up on that one. So this goes on for probably about 3 minutes or so, and I'm taking a break from having dug a hole. I was kind of tired and sweaty, and this was a good excuse to go sit in the car and turn on the air conditioning and deal with whatever shenanigans this guy wants to deal with. I tell him that he's called my cell phone and that he's made a mistake, and he continues to assure me that I know who she is and I'm hiding her from him. And again, he's yelling. This is all he's yelling at me. He's like, "You're hiding this lady. We know what you know. We know that you know her. What are you doing? You're going to be liable for any of the damages." And I'm like, "Well, sir, please explain to me what did she do?" And he's like, "She owes X amount of money." And I said, "Okay, well, you're obviously not doing a great amount of job here because you're calling me and I don't know this person." And that set him off the edge, and he's like, well, our lawyers are going to be reaching out to you and you're going to be involved and yada, yada, yada. I say, well, sir, listen, I don't know this person. If you want to make whatever it is you've got against her worse for her, she obviously gave you the wrong number, or somehow you've connected me to her. I'm not involved. Do whatever you want to do. I don't care. I don't know her. At that point, he said, well, then we'll continue to call your office and you every day. And I said, well, good luck, because the answer is going to be the exact same, and I don't know how to help you. So this entire interaction's got me thinking, how often does this happen? Because this guy immediately was set off the rails on a call to the wrong number, mind you, and just immediately set off the rails, and he's pressuring me to give up this person. So I'm not surprised that people lie about, you know, those they may know who are in collections or being sought after by attorneys and stuff. Like, that makes sense. I can conceptualize that. But where I'm kind of drawing a blank and I can't really kind of wrap my head around it is, this guy's never met this person. He wants information out of me. In the first minute, you're already screaming at me. Why would I even attempt to give you information? It's just like the old adage, you can get more flies with honey than with vinegar. So I don't know what was going on with that man's day and with that man's life, but I always try to be nice, and I always try to tell them, listen, you've got the wrong phone number. It's a company cell phone number. I've had it for years. I don't know what to tell you. This guy, when I told him I've had this cell phone number for 7 years, he said, well, this has been an ongoing problem for the last 3. And I said, okay, well, I can assure you it's been longer than 3 years because I've been getting phone calls about this lady forever. But it's also, I've had the same number for that long, and the person before me had it for 4 years because it's a company phone. The company owns the number, and they've had the number for a very, very, very long time. So the only way Ashley's number is getting associated with my number is because she gave them the wrong information, and somehow, I guess, it's now worked its way into the ether where all the debt collectors and all the lawyers and whatever now associate me with Ashley. I wanted to share this thing that was happening to me because I thought it was peculiar, and also I'm really interested to see, has this happened to you? Have you ever been yelled at by a wrong phone number, whether it be from a collector, a telemarketer, or what? Especially when you're being nice and not doing anything wrong. That really kind of caught me off guard. This whole situation has been kind of weird. Seeing as I'm a petty individual, I do think it'd be fun to figure out different ways to really kind of waste their time or get back at them whenever that does happen. So I'm curious, and if you've ever had this situation, leave a comment below. What do you do to really kind of keep him on the phone? Because he eventually hung up with me after I repeated myself for the 8th time. He hung up on me, but I really think it'd be kind of fun to string him along for a little bit since he's being a bit of a jerk. And if you have any really good scripts or ideas of how to do that, I would love to hear it, so that way we can make sure that these angry people waste their time, because now I'm probably going to be a lot less cooperative, even though I still don't know who this person is. If you enjoyed this little short story or a glimpse into my life and the daily shenanigans that I have to deal with, please hit that like button, hit subscribe. I have more videos posted every day covering the world of wells, septic systems, DIY projects, home repairs, and even some glimpses into the shenanigans that I have to deal with on a daily basis. Till next time, guys.